Good afternoon, Planet Earth GAPE-TV. And now for the show.
Oh, you got a rocking chair?
Yes.
Damn, that
Oh
is
my
dope.
god. Yeah, we're rocking. No,
Right.
we're rocking it. All right, guys. All right. One viewer, we love you. We cherish you. We need you. Add us on Instagram and
Afternoon.
Planet Earth.
Yeah, we're here. Gape TV.
We're the only afternoon show that's filmed in the morning and aired at night. GAPE-TV. Tune in. Stay tuned. Be tuned. Tense, not past tense. We're present tense, baby. GAPE-TV. Be tuned. What's been going on with you, Dom?
I've been doing stand-up actually, in Times Square in front of a club. It's been a lot of fun. I've been doing sets like just straight outside because of COVID. And Times Square, 7th Avenue, there's some chairs set up, and then we're in front of the door, so you got the sidewalk of people. But it's been fun. We've been doing barking people and getting them, hey, check out the show. We got hot dogs for $3, and
Oh, $3 in New York City? That's a steal.
right.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and you can get them to toast your bread there. They'll toast the bread for 50 cents.
That's an upcharge?
Yeah.
That is so messed up. Okay. For me to do my job, it's gonna be a little extra.
Yeah. Oh, you want that toasted? Well, there's a 50-cent fee for that.
Wow. Oh,
How about those clubs that make you say the announcements up front? The-
announcements.
Like, sometimes when you host at a club, the owner will be like, hey, I want you to make an announcement that it's 50 cents extra to toast the bread on the hot dogs. And then you got to go do stand up, and just so you guys know, it's 50 cents more to toast the bread on the hot dogs. But was it the Bronson sausage? The bread isn't, you could get that toasted for free.
Yeah, they make you become a commercial and pitch all of the stuff, and then like, oh, by the way, know this. Let me tell you the rules.
Yeah, buy these wings. Then the people come back. Buy the wings, they're great. One dude told me, tell him the wings are great. A dude came back. Those wings tasted like shit. He came back the next night. Oh, I just swore. It was a ripoff. I don't need to swear.
Wow, they should do for promotional purposes, give the wings for free to somebody in exchange for doing a live commercial on stage. So like, oh, and now to tell us about the wings is someone who had the wings. Come on up. I highly recommend the wings. They are so delicious. I don't know.
Yeah, but the problem is with comedy club wings, that would never be the case.
Say some comedy club wings are, and then got other people hot, like she could have had laced with the LSD and like, yo, could you cook it with this oil? And then the next
Yeah.
people, it's a huge lawsuit. Like, the restaurant uses their oil, they know it works. Gotta
Yeah.
love it. Like
And also, what about people that go on diets the day that you go out to eat with them? It's like, man, I know that you haven't been on this strict of a diet. Like now, all of a sudden, when we go out to eat, you can't pick a restaurant
oh my god,
because you can't eat that. You can't eat this.
I'm always so pumped when I go out to eat. I'm ready to pig out. Like, my favorite thing is to work out. And if I know I'm going out to eat with my friend, I work out and then go out to eat because it makes my appetite amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to pig out, get drinks, and then the one friend is eating just a side salad. I'm just like, this is no fun.
Yeah. And you got like a steak and ribs with shrimp or something. And you're just like, all right. Or when you have to eat where they got to eat. That's what I run into. I'm like, come on. Okay, you don't want to eat there? Okay, what about here? And then you leave, and then they're buying like 3 candy bars and chips. And then you're like, dude, I thought you were on that diet. What we just ate at some crappy place.
Oh, God. I know.
Eat
Sometimes
it.
if you do choose to get the healthy option, eating out, it makes you hungrier.
Yeah. It's
I
crazy how much you could eat sometimes.
I love
Or I
food.
could. I mean, not you. But.
Oh, I could eat, Dom.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, that is true.
that's my favorite activity. I mean, I used to I think because when I was younger, when I was like 17, yeah, I told you I got represented by a talent agent or manager, and he was like this. He was like to my face. He was like, "Ooh, we can work with you."
Are you serious? Like he
Yeah,
literally put his fingers up
literally.
to your face like that.
Yeah, he was like, "We can
Oh my gosh.
we can work with you." And I thought he was reputable too because he was in Manhattan. If you're in
Yeah.
Manhattan, people are automatically like, "Oh, that's reputable."
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, so he's like, "We can work with you. We get you a lot of work, but you're stocky." So after
Oh my
he said
God.
that, I thought I could control my career by controlling what I ate. So I got like anorexic, and then I, went to bulimia, and I'll never forget the day just hovering over this neon orange bowl, mop bucket of Doritos,
Ugh.
and just being disgusted with myself. It was like 3 a.m. too. And I
Oh
was like,
God.
no more. But I worked at a library at the time, so I would always read nonfiction books. I read this book called Living the Truth, and I started to accept myself, and I realized how toxic being shameful to myself. Like that whole like, oh, I just ate it. That's really dangerous. It really
You
is.
know, you're right. Hiding in the corner, just
Yeah, and it's like, you know what? If you wanna go to town, you go to town and enjoy it. That's the
right.
key, just enjoy it. Once you get in that shame, guilt territory, it becomes very unhealthy, and it could lead to a bigger picture issue.
Well, I've been using the tips that you gave me where you're like, treat yourself. I forgot what the tips were, but me and you did talk about this, and it
Yeah,
would be cool. I mean, how can I say I've been using them and I forgot what they were? I know what they are. It's like, don't guilt it, treat yourself almost like a child, right? Isn't that forgive yourself? Like,
yeah,
it's okay. And I've been using that, and it's been working. Like, I haven't binged eat. I would say there's something to be said though, like it is kind of crazy now that I'm coming out of this big sugar thing. Because I was having a problem for a second with these Oreos and stuff. It is kind of crazy that they could sell us this. Like, you really shouldn't be eating a whole thing of Oreo. I eat till my skin itches. Like, a
yeah,
whole thing of Oreos is like, it should be like that. There should be a limit on the sugar.
you're
It's
right.
really not good.
And you would think that there would be a limit as to what is legally allowed in products sold nationally.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, the ingredients are questionable. I remember when I was a kid, I would drink this juice called High C. My mom was like, "Sure, it's high in vitamin C." No, I don't even know what the juice percentage is of High C, but it's not real. And they put 100% vitamin C. They inject the vitamin in it, but it's not 100% juice.
See,
So
smart marketing.
yeah, it's like that kind of shady marketing. It's twisted that is allowed to go on. I believe in certain countries they have restrictions for marketing, like with stuff like that. But here we're like more for the merrier.
Right.
The worse products, the better, guys. Throw it in. Throw in boot shoe leather.
Recommend definitely real food though. Like, man, living off just straight junk food, it's easy to do. There's so much
It
easy.
is.
Imagine if you can easily get broccoli as easy as you can get other stuff. Like if you could easily get broccoli and salmon, it's a cheap thing to make, and some quinoa. If you can get that as easy as you can get like a Hostess cupcake or something.
So true. I think the problem is the preparation. Like you can't eat broccoli raw. I mean, I guess people do it. I've seen people do it, but oh my god, I can't imagine eating raw broccoli. Like they should the ones that is easy to go, like a pureed broccoli or something, it's so expensive. You know what's funny is so doing comedy, when I was younger, I would buy baby food pouches because I was so vitamin deficient that I needed vegetables because I was living off of just only pizza every day. So my way of getting vegetables was baby food.
Oh
And
my God.
someone saw me eating baby food and they like laughed and I'm like, dude, use your head. Hipster pureed vitamins, hipster aisle in Williamsburg, there's pouches of pureed food. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. It's just the same thing,
Baby.
different marketing. It's like, yo, I could see through the marketing because, I think, but other people who judge, they just see baby food, make fun, and then they go ahead and pay quadruple for the hipster vegetable puree. It's like,
Yeah.
come on. But my point is, I wish that they made it more readily available, like pouches of vegetables that you could grab and go, because I do not have time to cook broccoli.
Yeah. So with
Ugh,
the baby food, would you have to have 17 of them? Let
I
me
know.
see.
Yeah, I would have to actually.
I got 5% of my vitamin E, and my teeth feel strong, so that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was doing the Insure things, and then I seen that like 42 grams of sugar. So what? They got all these old
They'll put
people
some
hopped up.
they'll put a little weight on you too, the Ensure stuff. I used to drink that and it's supposed to be a meal replacement, but I was drinking it with the meal.
Yeah.
So I was having two meals every time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll have like a complete cookie. And those are 2 servings. Did you see that? The big complete cookies that they have with like the vitamins, the protein cookie?
Oh yeah, the one with the Three Stooges on it.
Yeah, it looks just
Right,
like the Three Stooges. And maybe it is. Yeah. So
right.
that one,
Bodega cookies.
servings is 2.5 on those. And it's like, who are you breaking up your cookie with the 2.5? And
Right,
who's getting that little piece? Like, listen here, and you can't, you get a little piece,
right. They
man.
should put a half person. They should put two adults and one child.
Or I got an idea. How about, what they won't do? They won't make it a little smaller serving size, one person. Why don't they just do that? Sell
Sure.
it for less,
Yeah.
89 cents. I gotta
That
go find
is,
two people to go eat this cookie with.
yeah.
You
Oh,
can't put a
and then
cookie in your
tell
pocket.
after they should change the branding to like share a cookie because like share a cookie. If the brand was share a cookie, you would know the deal.
Right.
Like, okay, there's cookies in here, one I have to give away, and that would be a kind thing. But this is like like it's hidden, and you're like, yo, I'm gonna binge these cookies, and then I was like, "I'm supposed to share them? Yeah, I feel bad."
Right. And then you gotta find somebody. It's just, yeah. Yeah, I'm supposed to share these. Hold on. You want some of this cookie, sir? I don't know. Yeah, those things are wild. Share a cookie. That's way better.
Hey, maybe we could go into a GAPE-TV dessert line. That'll be our brand
Yeah.
extension. GAPE-TV, share a cookie.
What's your favorite cookie?
Ooh. Okay, my favorite cookie changes all the time. I do love Girl Scout cookies tag-alongs, with the peanut butter and
Yeah.
the wafer and the chocolate, and then I like to put peanut butter on top of it. Peanut
Oh,
butter
I
and
do that same
chocolate.
thing.
You do?
Yeah, peanut butter on dark chocolate too
Mm,
is good.
mm.
Yeah, I do that same exact thing. Maybe you turn me on to it. But yeah, my favorite
I
cookie
do.
currently is a macaroon. I'm pretty sure the coconut cookies with the dark chocolate on the bottom, and they're cold. Oh my God, they're so
Oh
good.
my
They
God, I
taste
love
so
milk with
good.
those. Just like,
I've never
oh,
tried milk with it.
have milk because it thickens in your throat. Sounds weird, but it thickens in your throat, and then the milk just kind of soothes it down.
Yeah, the coconut cookies are the way to go. Yeah, milk and cookies, that's when you're really doing it. Me,
Oh,
I can't have the stuff in my house, so I have to get on the run. Because I'll eat it all in one night. 15 minutes, I'll eat it all.
you know what helps is if you have two cookies, put it on a plate, and then put them back in the cabinet because out of sight, out of mind. If it's right in the open, then I get too excited and I can't resist.
That is true. I know my father, he had the same problem. He used to hide the food around the house. He said, "You get it from me, son." And I remember he'd hide food. Like I'd
Yeah,
just be like doing something, I'd find like a bag of Pringles, like a thing. Like he'd put a little sandwich bag. He had some stuff for real. He would just hide it around the house.
that's so funny. My mom does the same thing because my dad is diabetic and he will find the cookies and eat them. And always be like, "Mom, where's the cookies?" And she's like, "The under the mattress." I'm like, "Under the mattress? Why?" My ex-boyfriend, I started doing the same thing. I'm like, "Oh God, I'm coming my mom because I have an emergency chocolate bar. Like I crave chocolate and I crave chocolate. So I would get this can chocolate or cookies for that situation, and then he would eat them all. So I
Yeah.
became like my mom. I was like hiding them in the thing, not telling him.
Right. You know what's funny? I had a situation honestly similar. It was about 2 years ago. But I was dating a girl, and the thing was, she was like on drugs real bad. So I used to have to I'd hide her shit because she'd be all clunked up for the weekend. I'd be like, come on, I want to hang out and do some stuff with you. I don't want you all pilled out. She used to do Xanax. Not even like a real, is that even a real drug? The doctor prescribed them to her, but
That's the problem. It's a huge situation, and sadly, it's easy to become addicted to those because the doctors just prescribe them away.
and she would knock them back. She had like an unlimited supply, and she'd be sitting there like this. I'm not even trying to be funny, and they'd be like, "Come on!" Like we'd be out to eat at a restaurant. She'd be falling asleep. I used to have to hide them from her.
That's the worst when you're dating somebody who is addicted to something and you love who they are off of it, but then once they get on it, it's like this isn't you and it's not fun anymore to hang with you.
Yeah, I find that like a lot of people, maybe they always do it, but for some reason, like the first 3 weeks, they don't do it around you, maybe, and then or something. Then you start finding out the truth or whatever. But you're exactly right. Like she was a great girl. I don't know why it didn't work out. She was really just clunked out. She didn't remember nothing. I'd be like, "Are you joking with me?" Like
Right.
we went to Florida once, and we just went quick for 2 weeks, and she
You
didn't remember a
not
tenth
quick.
of the trip. Well, no, she knew we went.
We went for half of a month. It was very fast.
Yeah, well, we had the hookup. My friend's mom had a condo there, but she only remembered like two things of the trip. She's telling me we only went for a few days, and I'm
Right.
like, listen, this is crazy.
Yeah,
You got a real problem.
it's serious stuff, and the only person that can help is themselves. Like you can try to help, it is a sickness, so you could try, but also some things you just can't hear from other people. You have to go through it yourself.
Yeah, and honestly, it's like in my heart, in my place, there's people like sometimes I'd see they're in trouble and I'd want to try to help them out, but it's like I can't do anything like that anymore. That's what ended up being the end of us it's like I'm supposed to try to help you. You don't want to help yourself.
Yeah.
She
Wow, that
came
sounds
home
like
one time, the tire was gone off her car. And I'm like, where's it at? There was no rim. I swear on everything. And I'm worried I started getting worried about police. And police did come once. And I lied and said I didn't know where she was. And then they went through my apartment, found her mail, pictures of her kid. I was
Wow.
busted. And then
That
she
was
came out of the woods.
what the heck? Was she what, a Bigfoot?
Yeah.
In the woods.
Started missing her though. So she had to stop.
With
So
these
I'm working out.
kids?
Yeah, she had a
What?
kid. She still does. Actually, I don't know if she still has custody. I haven't heard from her for
Mm.
years. I don't
Did
even know where
you
she's at.
did you take the role of a stepdad?
I did for a little bit. Yeah, he was always bumping his head and stuff. It was like I couldn't. She'd be like, "You weren't watching him." He'd have a big knot on his head. It's hard to
Mm,
just like raise somebody else's kids because you can't yell at them. They don't respect you. And he
mhm.
was like spiteful. He was like 5, and he was hitting his head on purpose because he knew she was getting mad. And I'm
Oh.
like, "Kid, the joke's on you." Like his head would be, you know.
Right, you're the one that's gonna have to suffer with that.
Yeah,
Wow.
kid would just be knocking his head into stuff. Oh yeah. Wait till mommy sees bam. And I just like, oh man. It was actually sad to say it was entertaining. The kid, I'll tell you what, the kid had a willpower. He
Mm,
had a willpower like I didn't see for real. She let him stay up. That's what it was. When he hit his head, he's allowed to stay up. She'd be like, "Oh, if you bumped your head for real," she'd be like, "Stay up for an hour if he hit his head."
that was her reward?
Well, it's like she was like that was her medical. I don't know if she didn't take him to the hospital. So he was a wild kid. He'd climb on the fridge and stuff. And so, anyways, he bumped his head a lot. So when he'd hit his head, she'd feel it, and then she'd be like, "Hey, you hit your head. Stay up for an hour just to make sure he's okay, and then you can go to bed." I don't know if his mother. I don't know if there's any truth to that. Maybe I'll Google it. But stay up for an hour after you hit your head. It's maybe an old wives' tale.
I think that's a common reward parents will give their kids. Like, hey, if you're good, I'll let you stay up and watch the show.
Oh,
Something.
I could see that as a reward, but she would
Yeah.
have him stay up after he hit his head.
Oh
He
my.
would fall and hit his head. And then
Actually, so if he had a concussion, they do say stay up because if you fall asleep, it could be bad for the concussion.
oh, so okay.
So
Well, anyways,
maybe she was like, "Yo, you got a concussion. Stay up, kid."
that's what it was. That's exactly what it was. She would say stay up for an hour to make sure it's not a concussion. So that I thought it was like an old wives. But anyways, he got hip to it and he just started doing it all the time. Like, if his show was on, I knew he was hitting his head and he would do it. And that boy stayed up late, you
Wow.
know. But I don't know, whatever.
On the next episode of Where Are They Now?
Yeah, we should come on.
Oh
I
my
wonder what he's doing.
I hope the kid is doing okay now.
Well, anyway, so what else do you want to talk about? I'm done
Uh,
with my tangents. What were
let's
you about to say?
I forgot. I guess I'll talk about how I'm gonna try to stop drinking coffee.
What? You gotta be careful.
Yeah,
My
no,
mother stopped that. It's a hard drug to quit. She stopped and had
really.
some sort of a panic attack and went to the doctors, but she did cigarettes and coffee at the same time.
Ooh,
But
that's a good
anyways,
combination, though. I've heard like a lot of people really look forward to their cigarettes and coffee.
oh yeah, you never did smoke cigarettes.
I went through a phase of smoking. Like I tried to. Like I was 21 and was like, yo,
Rebel.
I'm gonna make smoking my thing now. And I bought a pack of American Spirits because I thought they were organic cigarettes or healthy. I was like, these are healthy. They're all natural. And I have to say it helped my writing. I
Oh
tried.
wow.
It hurt my throat though. It hurt like crazy, but I felt cool and I got a lot of writing done while I tried. But the thing is, I couldn't get over the feeling of it. Like I didn't feel good. I felt
Yeah.
disgusting. Like my throat hurt. I remember like, ugh.
You write these great jokes, then you can't say them because your throat hurts.
Yeah,
Oh, this is
exactly.
genius. Oh,
The sad irony. I wrote all these jokes, but I can't talk. I can't perform.
yeah. I have asthma a little bit now. I think this is just with anybody though smoking. I would be so short breath when I smoked. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it was terrible. The worst thing I ever did. Yeah. I don't know how long did you do it for?
I did it for one pack, so like 3 days.
Oh, yeah. I started slowly. I didn't just decide I was gonna do it. It was a girl I was seeing, so it was like one cigarette. But what's terrible is disgusting. You know, it's like I don't know what it is about the smoking. Like, and then with you have to get used to it. Like, why do something? Beer's the same way. I felt like when I first sipped beer, I hated it. Now I like it. I don't,
That's interesting. Yeah. My ex-boyfriend smoked so much. It was so disgusting. Oh my God.
cigarettes?
Yeah, and then he switched to
Oh,
vape. But that was still annoying because if he left anywhere without his vape, it would be a huge crisis.
huh.
Like, oh, I don't have my vape. I don't have my vape. And it's like, okay, the whole day is ruined because he forgot his vape. It's like it's almost like I look at my 2-year-old niece who has her binky. She loves her binky. If she doesn't have it, she's like, "Where's my binky? My BB." She calls it her BB,
Yeah,
and she starts crying. And it's like it's the new adult attachment is like the transference of a 2-year-old with a binky just goes to a vape.
yeah.
You
It
know,
really is.
either
From
vape.
banky to babe, babe,
It's an
babe.
adult binky. A
It
vape.
really is. That you should say, yeah, that it really is. That's the truth, 100%. And that's needed. That's all cigarettes are. It's all just we teach them addiction at a young age.
Oh wow, you're so right.
I
You're
know kids that would go through that would really want their banky and cry, and it was a hard thing. Like the parents, well, we're taking her off her banky, you
yeah.
know.
Did you have any attachment stuff when you were a kid?
I had a few things. I'm sure I did. I remember I had this prayer thing. It was a wooden little picture of a prayer, and I remember that was pretty cool.
You were
My mother
addicted
would
to a
read it to
prayer
me.
picture?
Yeah, my mother would come read it to me every night. We would do it. I
Aw,
remember that. And it
that's
was like a yellow light. It was
so
like a yellowish, huh?
you needed your prayer light?
Well, it wasn't a light. It was the color of it looked like a yellow bulb, like the way they painted the lighting in the background. I've always liked that yellowish type of old school bulb. I
So
don't know.
what if you didn't have it? Would you flip out?
I remember us looking for it, maybe. I can't remember all the way. I know I probably had a few things. My thing was also junk food. Like I would be needing Hostess. I ate a lot of Hostess. That
Mm.
was my thing. I didn't have a teddy bear. I had a little ho ho. I was just keeping it for real. My
Oh,
parents go,
oh my God. I love nutty bars. You know nutty bars?
oh, I could eat a box of them.
Oh my
Oh my God.
so freaking good. What was the name of the makers of Nutty Bars again? Little Miss Deborah or something?
Yeah, Little Debbie's.
Little Deborah, Little
Little
Debbie.
Deborah, maybe. Little Debbie.
Oh, yeah, they went out of business.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Little
They
Debbie.
have another one. Hostess. There's Hostess, Little Debbie. There might even be another one. We
Mm.
got my brother's so childish. You know, the ones he used to get were the ding dongs, just so he could say
Okay.
the word ding dongs. They
Oh,
got the it's just, they're all the same thing, chocolate with cream in the middle.
right.
But there's ones they are
But
legit.
that cream is like super strong.
You're
That is
lightheaded.
like
You're right.
it was just white. Um, oh God, I'm gonna vomit thinking about it. It's just like a paper towel with sugar.
Even, yeah, I get twitch in my neck when I eat a box of those things.
A box.
Oh, yeah, I got a problem. When I
Mm,
get hostesses, I'll eat the whole box. Yeah, you add up the sugar, you're like, what am I doing?
right. You know what would help if one does have an addiction is to do a sugar detox. I know it sounds miserable, but it helps. And then um you could layer on treats again or just switch to natural or like dark chocolate. So My thing is I love to have frozen fruit with dark chocolate chips and
Yeah,
granola.
that is
And it's a better sweet than cookies. But I still love my
ice cream.
cookies. Ooh,
Yeah. What about ice cream? How are you with that?
I love ice cream. But I got to the point where I just like a little bit.
Yeah, I've been
It's like
getting that slow churn.
yeah.
Tire your jaw out. You know.
Yes. Well, did you know that the slow churn, it's slow churn because it has more air in it. And then
Oh,
the
so it's
test
less
churn
ice.
is less smell. Yeah. I'm
What?
yes. Slow churn. It churns, it pumps the air in it, which makes it nice and light and fluffy. And then the hard, I think it has more milk. I don't know. That I don't know.
That's interesting. See, I didn't know that. I've been purposely sneaking out slow churn thinking I'm getting a better deal. I'm actually getting less ice cream.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Huh. That's why I can send through it. Oh, I'll eat two
So
gallons of
true.
two
No.
things. Oh, I could do it one night. They got the Dunkin' Donuts got two for $10. It's
Ooh.
like two big things over here in my hood. You
Well,
smack them, I could really put one down.
you know what? Think this next time you want to like binge something, think, will this make me feel better? Will this make long term,
Right.
other than the moment I'm consuming it, will this improve my health? Will this
That's
improve
good.
the quality of my life? And if no, then it's like, okay, you know what? I can have a little bit, but
Yeah.
it's hard to stop though. I understand that. But just try to work on like no shame, no big deal. You did it. And
Yeah.
I think that by changing your attitude towards it will help and in the long run reduce the amount you want because you're eating less to hurt yourself and eating more to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like sometimes it could also be the opposite the wrong way. Like sometimes I eat more to hurt myself because I want to feel that shame. Like, when I was a child, I was so hard on myself. I always wanted to be in, like, have a six pack. I watched all those Rambo movies and I never had one, like, because I ate too much and I just wasn't underweight. And I would eat and go on these strict diets. I'd get so hard on myself. I'd be in the mirror yelling at myself hard, spit going on the mirror. And I remember my family thought I was crazy, wearing a sweatsuit.
What's been going on in the news, Dom?
Well, we have one thing that's pretty cool is a late library book got returned back
Oh,
to its place, which I don't have the website to anymore because I lost internet.
well,
But
I guess he got
so
around
late,
to reading that How to Stop Procrastinating book.
yeah, it was 52 years old, or the book was 52 years late. What
Or
I was curious
48
about,
years late.
was it 48 years?
I think so.
Hold on, maybe we should
Hold
find it.
on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Late book return. Well, you know how many times this probably happens?
Years later.
Can they bill
Okay.
you for more than the charge of the book?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've had really late books and they just throw my butt in the collection agency. They send me a letter. They're like, if you don't return this $3.99 paperback book, we're putting you in the collection agency. 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, we're currently experiencing technical difficulties. I got Dominic here on the phone. Dom, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. This is crazy. New York, the impossible.
A lot of times they have the thick brick walls, or the lead walls. So maybe it's that.
I'm paying. Maybe. I mean, I have a little bit of everything. I have the brick walls, probably lead walls too. But I'm paying for internet on my phone. I'm paying for it at home. And I have like the most expensive router, and I still don't have internet.
Goes to show you, money does not mean that it's better.
Yeah.
All right, so GAPE-TV fans, we're going to figure out this technical difficulty issue for you guys. But just to wrap up that whole library book topic. So Dom, so you would return the book if you're like 70 years old, you found this old book, you forgot about it.
I mean, if I didn't get charged for it, I guess.
Right.
I don't know, to be
that
honest.
would stink if they were still charging you. At
Yeah,
what
but,
point?
you know, they just charge you one fee. What if they just charge you $19? It's like, why bring it back? You bought it.
Right. Just charge you for the price of the book. But I think this was about this person's honesty, and they sure were honest. That was really nice of them. In the meantime, I highly recommend for them to switch to Kindle. Switch to Kindle. You don't got to rush your book back and broadcast.
That's it for the show, folks. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, follow, and leave a good review if you can. We will be grateful for that. Follow us on Instagram at GAPE-TV. Good afternoon, planet Earth.